Get started.
Are you good to roll it?
All right, so guys, welcome to the second training
I'm just gonna hit record
of the Change Your Life course. And I'm excited because John has given me the opportunity to take you guys through and peek into the brain of a software mad scientist. How about we put that? And we'll kind of peek behind the curtain, and obviously you guys will be able to learn how he was able to generate almost $60,000 in recurring revenue every single month in 2 months. And what I think we're going to talk about today is all of the planning, all of the stuff that went up to that, because John burst onto the scene, onto kind of the digital marketing scene in the last, year plus or so. But before that, he was spending time building tons of softwares for clients, building his own softwares. And so we're going to kind of peek into the creation process of how do these actually tools come about, and what does it take to either create your own offer, your own software, your own product, your own whatever. All of these things can really be they can be utilized in that regard. So I think that that's important. I also want to mention this is not the only part of the course. Right? We're also recording other courses that are also part of this Change Your Life course.
So the zero to over $60,000 in less than 90 days course is kind of walks you through the process of like everything I've done, like what all I did to be able to actually get these results. And as you learn all the things that I actually did to be able to get these results, you'll see that there's some other components that were actually necessary for me to actually get these results. One of those components was ClickFunnels. I built all my offers and all my landing pages on ClickFunnels, and that's where I actually made the money at. All right, so there's a ClickFunnels course that teaches you all about ClickFunnels, how to use ClickFunnels, everything you need to know from a technical side on ClickFunnels. And then I'm pretty sure that Hector's going to be chiming in on that course and talking more of a strategy whenever it comes to ClickFunnels, as opposed to just the technical side, how to put it together. And that's kind of how me and Hector always does things. I kind of handle the tech side of stuff, and then he kind of handles, the in-depth marketing and strategy side of things. So with that ClickFunnels as well, there was a lot of automations that were happening in the background. There was so much automation actually happening in the background that saved me literally hours, thousands of hours of time. All that automation happened through Zapier. So I'm a certified Zapier expert. So there's a Zapier course as well that teaches you everything you could possibly want to know about Zapier. And whenever you're done with that course, you yourself could actually apply to Zapier and become a certified Zapier expert, get listed on their website. They will even drive customers to you because you're a certified Zapier expert. And then chatbots. I do chatbots, and I used a chatbot, and I used a chatbot often to tell people what I was doing, drive them to my live videos, drive them to my Facebook streams, drive them to my ClickFunnels offers. So there's a chatbot course that actually teaches you everything you could possibly want to know about chatbots whenever it comes to ManyChat or ChatFuel, from the technical side, implementing them and stuff. And then, again, I think Hector's going to chime in some on that about the strategy and the marketing strategy. Because one without the other one doesn't, they don't really work, right? Like if you just have the strategy but you don't have the tech to back it up, well, then fuck it, you're fucked. If you just have the tech to do stuff but you don't have any strategy, then you're also fucked. So essentially you get the zero to over $60,000 in less than 90 days course, you get the ClickFunnels course, you get the Zapier course, you get the chatbot course, and then you also get a couple bonuses. You get to pick out of one of four softwares from tier 5 that typically people pay for. You get that as a bonus for life. You never actually have to pay for it. I'm giving you a 90% discount on all other tier 5 softwares if you want to buy all our other software. And then you also get Group Convert as well. So you get a lifetime access to Group Convert as well if you sign up.
So I just want you guys to know like the value of it. A lot of you guys paid, whatever you paid for it. Everybody paid a little bit something different.
Some people paid $1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The later you got in, the more you had to pay. go get the value out of this, right? Like I think that's really when I saw Alvin's offering it. So anyways, that's why I wanted to put that there. All right, let's go over a quick overview of what we're going to cover today. So the first thing that we're going to go into is we're going to talk about really designing your offer. What I love is that I think John maybe does it intuitively, or I'm curious to kind of hear his thoughts on how he's been able to create all of these different incredible, products that are all very diverse and all kind of, he's create things like social proof and link wizard and text in bulk, and they're all just these very unique products. And so I'm curious what went into that. We're gonna talk about that, how to design your offer. We're also gonna talk about how to plan an offer, product development. I think that that's something that John and his team does at a really high level. And then we'll even get into some outsourcing, delegating, things like that, building your team, because I know a lot of you guys are gonna want to start scaling and really bringing it your business to a new level. And then we'll get into a case study on text in bulk. We're gonna walk through we're gonna do two things that I want to help you. The first thing I want to take and kind of dive into specifically how that product was created, why that product was created. John has spent more time, money, and energy in that kind of software than maybe any of the other ones. And so there was a ton that went into it and a ton that you can get out of that software. So hopefully you'll see how he was able to create it, but then you'll also be able to learn how to get more benefit from it for your business. And then we'll talk about some alternatives, because in the back of your head, some of you guys are thinking, well, I don't want to create my own product. I'm not going to, create my own software. I'm not going to create my own info product. So we're going to talk about some different alternatives. We'll talk about affiliate marketing. We'll talk about referral marketing. And then we'll also, we might even get into some brand marketing if there's some extra time as well. So that's the agenda for today. If you guys have questions, throw those into the Q&A section, and we'll make sure that we get into them. If you have anything silly or funny to say, any jokes, feel free to put them in the chat. And we probably will not bring them up, but if they're funny enough, we might. So, John, anything else you want to get into before we jump into this outline?
I just want to thank everybody for being here. So I definitely appreciate that. But no, I got nothing else to add right now.
Yes, guys. I know that I'll reiterate that the biggest value that you can get out of this course is getting the chance to spend 100+ hours with John live and peek into the brain and just kind of understand how he operates. I think that is probably going to do more for you and your business than anything else. So the first thing, John, is designing your offer. So I'm curious, I'd love to know, when you think about what products to create, when you think about what softwares to build, what goes into that process? What goes into you actually deciding on what the next software, what the next tool is that you're going to build? Because you've built, how many softwares do you think that tier 5, how many softwares and tools have you guys put together and put out between the free and the premium ones? I'd say double digits, over a dozen, right?
Well, we have 7 of our own software products that are actually in the market. We have another 5 software products that aren't actually in the market and you can't get your hands on. And then so I would say probably 50 to 100 more that we've developed for our clients whenever we were selling our services.
Let's talk about those 12 that you saw, because you've had a ton of experience building out for other clients. And I think for them, you talked about, the drawbacks of that. But when you were going to build your own software and put tier 5's name on it and kind of build it, build it for this, what went into picking that? Or why did you choose to build those softwares when you did? Can you kind of take us through that?
Well, they were all to solve a personal problem that I had in my own business. So I was experiencing problems in my business. I needed to do this or I needed to do that. And so as an engineer, obviously whenever I need to do something or whenever I have a problem, the first thing that I think about is software. It's okay, is there a way that I can use a software or build a software to solve this? So every single product was essentially the result of a business need. RoboContact, that's how I scaled the company. That's how I literally have been able to do over $3 million in revenue in the last 3 years, was using RoboContact. That's where I got, I'm not going to say all of my clients, but that's where I got 70% of my clients from that software. I was doing a manual process to get to get clients before I built that software. That was a pretty in-depth, fucking time-consuming manual process. And I didn't want to waste all my time copy and pasting shit on the internet, copy and pasting emails, sending emails out, try to do cold outreach to introduce myself to people and, you know, get in the eye of clients. So fuck it, let's build a software to do that. Text in bulk. Next one, that one was essentially, I'm living in a different country. I've got clients that are all in the US and they all want to have a phone conversation with me. They all want to, you know, send me text messages. If they have a phone conversation with me, we're talking about a software product that they want me to build for them, and I have to go in and actually regurgitate and reiterate that entire conversation. That could be 1 hour, it could be 4 hours long, to my engineers, because they're the ones that are actually going to physically build this up. So built text in bulk so that I could actually acquire US phone numbers and people could text me. We could have phone conversations. Those phone conversations could be essentially recorded and transcribed so that I could easily give them to my developers, and I could essentially manage, you know, everything that I've talked about with people and kind of keep them all in one location. Link Wizard, I started actually, so Link Wizard was cool, and the main reason that I actually built Link Wizard was chatbots, you know. I started trying to experiment with Facebook advertising, and I was running a bot training course and stuff like that. And I was wanting to be able, you know, I was sending out content that was my own content, but also other people's content inside my chatbot to be able to educate people about stuff. And I was trying to build a Facebook audience. So I needed to create some way that, you know, I had a little place where whenever people went to that link, I could first, you know, tag them with my Facebook pixel. And then that software has just evolved. And all those features have served, you know, a need. Like, I struggled with ClickFunnels on figuring out how to fucking upload a digital asset. Like, I really struggled trying to figure out how the hell do I upload a PDF document so whenever somebody opts in, I can give them my little cheat sheet. That I struggled with. So added features into Link Wizard where I could just easily attach a file to a short link, and then I could pixel somebody and know this person right here has downloaded this file right here, and I could retarget them. Invoicing you. Literally, I needed to fucking bill my clients. I needed my clients to have a way to pay me for the stuff that they purchased. So built that software. Sticky reviews. I'm not gonna lie about that because I don't like to lie. Sticky reviews, it does serve a need in my business, but I did not actually build it to serve a need. I really built that software out of spite for somebody that I don't like, and they were just fucking talking shit about me on the internet, and they had a software similar. So if any of you people out there have any type of software whatsoever, and you want to fucking talk shit about me on the internet, I've got a lot of friends. I'm going to find out about it. I'm going to go find your stupid fucking software, and I'm going to build a software 10 times better, and I'm going to give it away for free and crush your business. That's just a disclaimer. But I built that software just for that. There was some guy, he had similar software. He was running his mouth about me all over the internet. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to build a software even better than his. I'm just going to give it away for free to his entire fucking audience, and that's what I did. Shit, I got so many softwares, I don't even remember what other software I got.
I think that's, well, if you have some more, I want to highlight, though, really every time there was a problem, and then just John being John, he goes out and he's like, I'm going to create a solution. And John's medium is software, right? Maybe your medium is info products, maybe your medium is Facebook ads, maybe whatever it is, right? But it's you see a need, and then just he's not going to have that problem stay a problem, so he's just going to go ahead and craft a solution around it. And each time there was a different, what I also think is really interesting that maybe you did intentionally, maybe not, is that a lot of these people who are using these tools, what's great about them is they're all the same type of person. So this kind of digital marketer now has all of these problems, and so you've developed these different products that fix this one type of person, all their problems. And so for you, if you can really hone in on, and I say you guys, the audience, if you can hone in on your niche, if you can hone in on who your audience is, you can really get into, John, he looked at his business and he said, if I'm having this problem, chances are somebody else is having this problem. And you can do that same thing, but you're usually going to look into your niche, and you're going to usually look into your audience, your industry that you're serving, and figure out what are the problems that they're doing, and how can I create a product, right? And even if that product is a series of Facebook ads to a chatbot to a website to whatever it is. That's how you can really create your offer there. So sweet. I think that was really good stuff on product creation. Guys, if you guys, I'm curious for you, I'd love to know how many of you guys are out there selling a product that you created, or are you going to be thinking about like creating your own product? I'm kind of curious where you guys are at in the process so we can help you guys a little bit more. Let's move to the next part, which is how do you create, plan, and map for product development? I've seen some of your whiteboards and I've seen some of your team meetings, and sometimes I wonder if well, I'm just curious, what goes into that process, because I have no idea what any of those lines or squigglies or anything like that ever means. So process and how you map out product creation.
Yeah, so I mean, it all starts with a problem, right? It's like, hey, what problem are we trying to solve? So that's the first thing that we kind of do. We try to figure out, hey, what problem are we trying to solve, and who's having this problem? Like, who's the person having this problem, and what is the actual problem? So first we talk about that. So we start talking about that, and then through that, let's say brainstorming session, we begin to identify different people who could be having the same problem, or dependent problems that, you know, hey, if we solve this problem, you know, and we don't know how we're going to solve it, but if we solve this problem, what other problems now going to exist, right? So if I solve this one problem for this person, is there going to now be a series of new problems that actually get created? Are there codependent problems? Are there interrelated problems? Are there very similar problems, all right? So first we start mapping all this out, because, you know, let's face it, if I solve one single problem, if that's a huge problem, great. If that's a huge problem that I'm solving, people will pay me money for that, so great. If I'm solving a really, really simple problem, a lot of people may not pay a lot of money for that. But if I can see, so from your first instinct, right, you'll see, okay, well, this is just a simple problem. So if I spend a lot of resources solving this simple problem, I'm not going to get any return. I'm not going to get any money back, right? So some people will just instantly stop and say, okay, I can't do this. I'm not going to create a product around this or a course around this. Why? Because it's not a big enough problem. It's not going to yield enough revenue for me to, you know, fucking give $2 and take my time. But if you stop to think on, okay, what are other related problems? What other problems are dependent on this? You know, if I solve this problem, does it solve problems up here? Other problems up here? If I solve this problem, does it create more problems down here? So if you start to think about this and you see, okay, if I solve this problem, not only did I solve this problem, but I solved these other problems over here. Well, great. Now you could possibly build a product around that as long as you look at all these other problems. If you see, hey, I solved this problem right here, now it creates more problems down here. Well, great, because guess what? Now you got a fucking value ladder, right? Now if you solve this little problem, so what? People may not pay you a lot of money to solve this problem. But as soon as you solve this problem, you just created these problems. There's your next products, right? There's your next things that now those people are automatically going to buy from you because you solved problem one, and they're like, okay, thanks, John, you solved problem one. Oh, fuck, I got this other problem, John. I'm going to be the first person they ask. I'm going to be like, well, no shit, I knew you was going to have that problem. That's why I solved it for you, buddy, because I knew I was going to create another problem, and then you're going to buy this solution to this other problem. So we first kind of think about that, right? So we first kind of think about all these problems. Now, once we start to actually think about that, and we can see that there's enough fucking problems that if we fix, we can get some money, then we start to think about the solutions. You know, what could be the possible solutions? What are different ways that we could actually solve this thing, all right? So, and then that kind of talks about the user journey, right? Like, how are all the different ways that I could approach this problem and I could solve this problem? And then we start to map those out. We start to look at those and just map those out and brainstorm ideas of all these different ways that we can solve this problem. And then obviously, after we map all those out, we try to pick the simplest one, all right? We try to pick the simplest solution, the easiest solution. Once we figure out what could be a solution or what things we think we could be a solution, then from there is development. from there. So in our process, we don't care about design up front, all right? Which is why if you look at our products right now, although they are getting a beautiful redesign that I've been sharing with all you guys, at first, we don't care about design, all right? At first, to be honest, we don't even fucking care about code quality or the overall integrity of a product, because what are we trying to do? We're trying to actually create a minimum viable product. We're trying to create an MVP. We're trying to create a proof of concept, and then we're trying to bring that to the marketplace and see, okay, hey, you guys remember you had all these problems. You had this problem, that problem. Here's a possible solution. Does this solution work for you? And then we kind of do some pre-sales. I've done that with every software. I've pre-sold it to people and told them, hey, you guys got this problem. I'm thinking about a solution. I've got this idea to actually create a solution. I have I would say it's a little bit lesser than a proof of concept. We have something that's enough where I can show somebody something tangible and they can understand without me having to explain it to them how it could work. I can show them a little bit of it. Most of the time it's not functioning. It doesn't really actually function. It doesn't actually really solve the problem. It just shows a really dumbed down version of how the problem could be solved. Now, if I get people and they're like, yeah, this is great. Obviously, they're not using the thing. It's on a live stream or something. Yeah, this is great. This could work for us. You know, this would work for us. Then we pre-sell it. We create a proof of concept. We let them use the proof of concept essentially as a beta tester and then kind of get their feedback, keep trying to pre-sell it. And then as long as that's going good, we go balls to the wall and actually develop it out. Again, we kind of skimp on design, don't care about design so much. We kind of actually get the solution out there. And then once the solution's built and people are using it and it's solving their problems and they're like, okay, this is great, problem solved. Then we go back to the drawing board with design and then, you know, make it beautiful so we can take it to the market and, you know, just explode it in the market, which is what we're about to do with all our software.
So look, I want to review that because I think that is fucking. I was taking some notes there. I don't know if you guys got that. But the first thing is problems, and not just problems, but thinking about secondary problems, tertiary problems. You know, complementary, supplementary, tangential. All these problems that are around the problems, I think is great because then that's where your next product comes from. Mapping out the solutions, right? Figuring out like, and what I heard in there was that. You want to throw out lots of solutions so that you can pick the simplest one. I think that was really great. You don't just want to have one solution. You want to have a variety of solutions so that you can pick the best one. Think about the user journey, right? So you can create an MVP, and that MVP, right, is really so that you can. I love what he called. He said, you know, take it to the market, right, and pre-sell, and then you can focus on iterations.
Well, and the multiple solutions. I don't like to give all my secrets out because I'm not really that guy that's like, oh, let me just expose everything to everybody because that's the best fucking thing. I personally believe that the dudes that are telling you that are like, say, hey, just tell your secrets to everybody. It's the best thing. I personally believe they just want your fucking secrets because they don't want to actually do any work. So they're just like trying to teach you, hey, tell all your secrets. But the reason that I like to have multiple solutions to the problem is because what I like to do is be my own competition, all right? There's several big businesses out there, several huge businesses out there that just basically compete with themselves to be able to grab a bigger piece of the market, right? So if I can go in and find multiple different approaches to the same solution, you know, if I can solve a problem in multiple different solutions, then I can essentially create 4 competing competitors, all of which I own, and then if the market doesn't like this solution to the problem, they're going to go search for a different solution and they may find this one. Well, I don't care because that one's mine too. So I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to have a more likelihood of somebody actually choosing my product because I've got more than one product that are all you know, solving the same problem. And 2, I'm going to create a discouragement for competitors, right? My competitors, any new competitors aren't going to want to come into the market because of me, myself, I'm oversaturated, right? I'm creating all my own competition. So a new competitor, when they come in and say, hey, I want to get into this market, instead of just seeing me and some other guy, they see me and some other guy and 10 other guys who are also me. So there's really only 2 competitors. There's me and other guy, but I have 10 competitors, other guy has 1. So a new competitor sees 11 competitors in the market, and he's like, that's too high of a barrier to entry. It's going to be hard for me to grab market. So and that's why it's kind of necessary to evaluate, other than just finding the simplest one, to have multiple solutions to the same product. Coke does it. Coke has, like over here, Coke has two other soft drink companies, and they're competitors to Coke. They literally sell the exact same thing. It's Coke in a bottle with a different fucking brand. And if you don't want to buy a Coke, you buy a Thumbs Up, and that's a Coke. Same thing.
That right there, guys, was worth the whole fucking course right there. That was 10 minutes. This is great. So
think about it, Hector. You have a chatbot course. You have course A. You have course B. Fucking make the whole damn course, right? You make the whole course, and then after you make the whole course, you pay some dude on Fiverr to do a voiceover. You create 27 different courses, and whenever somebody wants to go into the market and create that same course that you created, you're gonna see there are 27 courses. Why the fuck I would create this? So, you know, there's already 27 options for people to choose from. Somebody's gonna see all 27 options. Now you can split test your shit very easily, right? You can split test all your different courses. You can split test your different prices. You don't have to. What happens if you have your course and you're charging your course at $97 and it's not selling so well, and you don't know, should I drop it down to $47 or should I drop it down, should I raise it to $197, right? Well, you drop it down to $47, guess what's going to happen? All those fucking buyers that are your great friends, they watch your shit. As soon as you drop it down, they're going to be like, Hector, you know, I paid $97, now it's $47. What's up? Where's my $50? Can I have my $50? Is there anything else you can do for me? I don't feel good about this, Hector. Why are they paying less than me? All right? So guess what? Create a competing course, tell Fiverr, dude, $20, you know, $100, voice over this shit, launch new course at different price point, and never affect your main course. If anything, it's actually going to increase the value of your main course.
These are ninja tactics. Ninja tactics. What about outsourcing and delegating, John? You have a team of 30 engineers, and I know you do a lot of the actual building of the software. I know a lot of the team does a lot of the things that you don't want to do, don't have to do, don't need to do. So what are some keys to outsourcing, delegating, things like that when you're running a team?
So I don't do any of the coding anymore. I mean, I don't do that anymore because it's not my role anymore. I could do it. I love doing it, but it's not the position. I mean, it's not the best fit for me to sit and do all the programming. So now, outsourcing, I don't like that much myself, all right? Because it's uncontrollable. It's not so controllable. But there's definitely lots of things that you want to keep in mind whenever you're outsourcing, like what access you're giving somebody to, all right? Like what type of access are you giving? Like for me, if I were to outsource programming, I would have to outsource it in a very modular way, because I would never give my entire source code to somebody else and let them contribute code to it, because then they own my application if that's what they want, especially if I'm outsourcing to a different country, all right? So if you guys think that you can outsource from country A and country B and that there's some fucking legal ties between the two countries, well, there's not. You know, you can't go from country A and sue country B, because that country B don't give a fuck about country A. Actually, they probably in a war and fighting each other. So if you're going to outsource and you outsource in your own country, then you definitely actually have to have great contracts in place, working contracts that describe how payment's going to be done, what deliverables are, and who holds intellectual property rights, stuff like that. So contracts are definitely key. I think one thing that's really key that people get muddled up about is deliverables. So it's like I see so many people and they buy so much stuff, or they hire people to do stuff, and they don't define what stuff is, all right? So now what happens is you, as the money person, you think you're going to get all this stuff, and the dude that you're hiring thinks he's only going to have to do this much stuff, and then he does this stuff, and you're thinking, well, I want this stuff, and now there's a big unhappiness between the two, because you're expecting something, he's expecting to do something else, because you don't define what the stuff is. So that's one of the first keys to anything, is actually getting clear on what you expect the deliverables to be. Whether you're hiring somebody for a job, or whether you're buying somebody's course or hiring somebody for coaching and consulting. Like I even see people do it in coaching all the time. It's like they buy these coaching programs and they spend $5,000 and there's no actual list of deliverables of what you're going to fucking get. And then you get mad whenever you don't get what you assumed you should get for $5,000 because you don't have a lot of fucking money. So you think $5,000 is a bunch of money. I got a couple $1 million sitting in the bank account. So 5K ain't shit to me. So I'm thinking, hey, this is cheap. You know, fucking 100 hours of my time for $5,000. That's a good deal, really. So it's like a clear list of deliverables. Vetting people, right? You got to vet people. You actually have to find people that are vetted that you can trust. Talk to their prior references if you can get to talk to their prior references. So that's definitely a must. And then so for outsourcing, I would say kind of all those things together. I would also say don't do it unless you have to. For me, I would think that you're always better off, instead of outsourcing, hiring your own personal staff and insourcing, bringing somebody in-house to do those things, because you'll get much better results every single time. Outsourcing is typically a lot cheaper, but there's definitely a trust factor there. So use things like LastPass and stuff to actually pass your passwords and make sure that you're not like I'm a trusted person, but I've had people outsource work to me and they don't know me from Adam, and they hand me every key to their kingdom. If they were my competitor, I could have just crushed them because I could have taken them completely off the internet, and they just blindly trusted me. I'm a trustable guy. You know, you can trust me, but I don't trust anybody. So be very careful in who you actually trust, because that could come bite you in the ass, and at that point, half your ass is missing, and there's nothing that you can do about that. You know, you can change your mentality, and hopefully the next dog don't come and bite the other half of your ass off, but you still only got half an ass, and that ain't gonna grow back. So, and then delegation. Delegation is kind of about the same as outsourcing. So whenever you delegate, so what I do whenever I delegate, I first get somebody to set for me. So I explain what I need done, right? Like, look, here's exactly what I need done. And then I gauge their response. Did they understand me? Are they paying attention? Are they interested in this work? If they're not interested in this work, they're not going to be very productive. So that's why I always try to gauge how interested they are in actually doing this thing. Because if I can tell they're bored as fuck, it's me telling them, they're probably going to be bored as fuck doing the thing, which means it's not going to get done properly. It's not going to get done fast. So I kind of gauge that. So let them know what you want, verbally and written. Always write shit down. Never just have a verbal communication, because you can't reference a verbal communication. So I write stuff down first, and then I go over that written stuff in a verbal communication so that I can always go back and reference that written communication to say, okay, there's the stuff that I told you to do. Then I get a realistic timeline from them, how long they think this should take them, gauge that realistic timeline. Based on that realistic timeline that they themselves are providing, I set an executable, I set a deadline, and then just have progress reports. Check in with them to find out how they're doing. For sure, one of the things that I've noticed that in, like, even in my own experience developing software for other companies where we failed, and you know, not every project that we've done has been a success. We've had failures, we've had clients that weren't happy, but I noticed that every project that was not successful, that the client wasn't happy, things were not clearly documented. They weren't clearly written down, right? There weren't actual deliverables clearly written down. Things were like these verbal things which get mumbled up. So there was no actual documentation, and there was no oversight by the client, meaning the client said, do this, this, and this in a verbal communication. It wasn't written down anywhere, and then they disappeared for X amount of time, and they didn't come in and have oversight, okay, how are things going? And what ends up happening if you do that is, like, for example, after you tell me, John, I want you to go build me a boat, can you build me a boat? And I'm like, yeah, I can build a boat, right? Now we just have this chat, you don't write it down anywhere, so I fucking don't remember because I'm high all the time, so I forgot about it. All right? So I go off to build your boat, and I start building a car, right? I start putting wheels and shit on it. Now, what could you do? You could come back tomorrow and be like, hey, John, how's my boat coming? Fuck's my boat got tires on it. Like, most of them have tires, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? Dude, this is wrong. Do you understand? I want a boat, not a car. Now, if you wait for a week, or I tell you, hey, your boat's going to be ready in 2 weeks, come back. So you come back 2 weeks later, well, guess what? you got a fucking car and you're going to be mad as fuck. Day one, you're not going to be so mad. You're going to be a little bit mad and be like, what are you doing, dude? You're building, no, boat. This car, I want boat. Well, you can catch me and you can be like, all right, John, boat, build a boat for the water. And I can be like, oh, that's what you mean, a boat. So make sure you do that even when you're delegating, that you go back, because the last thing you want is to actually delegate something to somebody and then wait until you're expecting it to be done and it not be done, and not be what you actually want, and you have to actually start over from the beginning. It's a big problem. I've learned that the hard way. Lots of times I've told my developers, this is how I know this, because I used to do stuff like this. I used to just literally have because I hate fucking writing shit down. I mean, I'm the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. Why the fuck should I have to write something down? I mean, I've got 30 people that work for me. I shouldn't have to write anything down. So, and I used to not do that. I used to just talk to my employees and think, okay, they can understand. I'm talking in clear English. Clearly they understand me. They're fucking smart engineers. Clearly they understand what I'm saying. Now go build this. And I would say, hey, how long is it going to take? 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, I would go, hey, is my thing done? How's it looking? And I would look at it, and it would be nowhere close to what I wanted. And I would be so fucking mad. I would be so frustrated. And literally, I would fucking yell at my employees and be like, are you fucking stupid? Like, this is not what I told you. Yes, it is. Well, how do you win that argument? It's like, I'm going to say, yes, it is. They're going to say, no, it's not. How do you win? At the end of the day, it's not what I fucking want, right? It's not what I asked for. And now 2 weeks have went by, and it's a completely wrong shit. Whereas if I would have written it down, then there's no argument. Because if I said, that's not what I told you, they would be like, yes, it is. I would say, can you fucking read English? It's right there. Is that what you did? Oh, no, it's not. And if I would have actually checked in on them and saw their progress, saw how they're coming along, I would have quickly understood, okay, they're deviating. They're going in the wrong way. Let's get them back on track. So that's really a must. Don't think you can just delegate stuff and then forget it. Even with the most trusted people, even if you can trust them 100% to do the thing properly, you should still check in on them, because even though you trust that they'll do the right thing, that checking in on them is actually going to create a better bond. It's going to make them more productive, because they're going to see that you care, right? If you delegate a task and you say, hey, go off and do this, and then you're hands off and you don't check in on them, that person that is doing your delegation, they're going to believe that you don't even fucking care about that thing. It's not even important to you. If you check back in with them and you're constantly checking back in to see their progress, they're going to feel some pressure. They're going to feel, oh, hey, this must be important to him. He must really care about this, so let me do a good job. Let me do it right.
Good stuff. Guys, if you get questions about that, I think this is really where John has a lot of value in being able to run and steer an organization to create all these things. Because you heard that he's not the one doing all the coding. He's not the one in the trenches. He actually is creating the orders, and then obviously managing that process as well. So guys, if you guys have questions on that, put them in the chat there. We're going to switch a little bit. We're going to table the text and bulk case study, because I think that over these last little bit, it'd be great for people who are thinking, well, Hector, I don't want to create my own product. I'm not going to build a software. I'm not going to create a course. I'm not going to launch a product or a brand. And so the beautiful thing about living in today's world is that that's okay. You can still make an income online, lots of different ways. And two of the ones that we're going to focus on are affiliate marketing. So you just dove in, and after not being a marketer at all, went in and started making money through affiliate marketing. So I'd love to just hear your thoughts on kind of what your process was when you started that affiliate marketing journey, and how you were able to add another source of income when you kind of are this self-proclaimed not marketer. How did you make money affiliate marketing without being a marketer?
Well, I'm for sure not a marketer whatsoever. But so making money with affiliate marketing is essentially, you've got an audience of people who are looking for solutions to problems. Find a problem for them, show them that, hey, find a solution for their problem, and then put it in front of their face and say, hey, here's your thing. Here's how you can solve problem A with solution A. All right. So pretty much just that simple, just like that. Like one of the things I did was use text in bulk, and I used text in bulk to find people who just register domains, and I would find those people who registered domains, and guess what? Those people who registered domains they need a website. They got to have a website. That's why they bought a domain, most likely, so that they can actually buy a website. I looked for people who didn't own 1 million domains. I looked for people who just owned 1 or 2 domains, because those people probably have no idea how to build a website. They just starting out. And I would create a little website. I used ClickFunnels for that, and I used a couple of our own software tools to make it personalized to them. And then I just literally sent them out an email saying, hey, you know, I know you just got a website, and here's, I wanted to, like, I would look at their websites, and most of them wouldn't actually have anything there. It would be like just a landing page that, you know, this is hosted by this is hosted by this. And I created a little coming soon page, and I was like, look, here's a coming soon page for you until your website, what you have right now, it doesn't look so great. Here's a little coming soon page until your actual website is built. And if you want to talk, if you need a web developer, just give me a call. And then, like, literally, that website would be a little, they could see the website coming soon, and there was a little button, get this website, and it would just be my share funnel, and they could just click that, get their share funnel. And I did that not because I'm into affiliate marketing. I did that just to prove a concept to, I guess, all right, so I did that to prove a concept to a group of people. And here's the group of people. This is where I actually made the money from. I made some money from that as a proof of concept, but where I actually made the money from affiliate marketing was getting other people who were interested in doing affiliate marketing. And I was like, look, I'm not a marketer. I don't know anything about marketing. I don't know shit about affiliate marketing, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn how to do it. I was confident of what I was going to do, the results I was going to do. I want to take you guys with me. I want you guys to come with me, and we're all going to do it together. And it's not going to cost you anything. There'll be no cost, and there is no cost. But you're probably going to need all these different tools. You're probably going to need this tool and that tool and this tool and that tool to be able to do this successfully. And even I'm going to teach you what you're going to do with all these tools. First, you kind of need to go get the tools. So here's the tools. And yes, obviously, that's my affiliate link. And you should buy those tools because you need them anyways. And it makes sense that I would give you my affiliate link for those tools since this is affiliate marketing. So I did a 100-day affiliate challenge and got a group of like, I don't know, like 800, 900 people who wanted to go on the challenge and take the challenge with me. And then kind of like all through the challenge, I was teaching them, hey, what needs to happen. And I didn't know any of this shit. Literally, I watched somebody else's training. I would watch, like, I did 2 training sessions a day. One training session was me watching somebody else's training session. So I would literally just live stream that training session, and I would just watch that dude's training session. And then right after that, I would take my notes. Right after that, I would make my training session, which was just going over what that dude said. And then I would put in content. And then I would just essentially, in that content would be my links to my affiliate offers. And I'd be like, here, you need this, we use this. And that's how I got affiliate sales.
So once again, there's all these, there was the finding someone who had a problem. And then instead of creating that solution, what John did was he just went out and found that solution and then offered them a link. And what's great about it is that he then turned that concept, and then what's even greater is that when you can get affiliates selling for you, you mentioned that that's a huge thing. So I think that with affiliate marketing, it's about finding a hyper active audience, right? You want to find people who are super motivated, to do whatever it is that they're trying to do, whether it's build a website, whether it's get in shape, whether it's make money, whatever it is that they're trying to do, and then finding a solution. And what I love about John is he found creative ways to get those solutions in front of people. So Bob Chang asked where he found those people. He found them in Text in Bulk. He got the domain leads from Text in Bulk, and it's a feature that you can use in Text in Bulk that'll grab the people who have bought domains. It'll give you their name, their phone number, their email address, the domain they bought, and then I think it even gives you the company name that they registered with. So all that info gets dropped into Text in Bulk, and then John would just simply send out his affiliate link in a text message and an email and get those people offered that way. So that is, I think, I don't want to say easy because it's never easy, but it's definitely simple. It's a simple set of steps that is is possible by anybody, right? I mean, what I love is that there was a guy, I watched a YouTube video yesterday from a guy out in Nigeria, and created a YouTube video promoting his affiliate marketing link, and it's like had thousands of views on it. And what I love is that, like, no matter where someone is, no matter the economy that they live in, because of these tools that are out there and the products that people are allowing people to promote, and things like YouTube or things like Facebook groups or things like your personal profile now give you this platform to be able to reach these people and offer these solutions in a way, because most people aren't going out there looking for website builders. Most people aren't going out there looking for automation tools. Most people aren't going out there looking for other softwares that are going to they're trying to just build their business. They're trying to just be day to day. So the fact that you guys have this knowledge of these tools and softwares gives you that edge to be able to add value. The second thing that I would mention is that John didn't just say, hey, here's ClickFunnels, go try this. Hey, here's a 14-day trial, go try this. John created and wrapped his offers, right? Wrapped that ClickFunnels affiliate link in a training challenge, in a almost pretty much 3-month training challenge. He wrapped his ClickFunnels share link in a coming soon page that was actually going to be valuable to these people. So he took that solution and then wrapped it up in a way that was going to be appealing to his audience, and then delivered it to them. So don't just go, oh, no one's, it's not working. I'm not, it's not just about link dropping, right? It's about really wrapping it and stacking it with other things that are going to make it more appealing. That's what I would say that. We have a question that came in. Ron, so do you want to just give him the website? Do you want to address Ron's question on the live?
I'd rather just give him the website. I mean, you can go check it out. So
yep.
I don't think this is really about RoboContact. I can give you the short and dirty. RoboContact is about finding leads and automating your cold email outreach. So it's about lead generation and cold outreach automation. That's what it's all about.
The best at it. The second thing, so affiliate marketing, guys, and if you guys have questions about affiliate marketing, throw them down there. What I'd say is that I am very picky about what I promote, and it took me a long time. It actually took me finding tier 5 to finally get on board with promoting something other than something I created or my own products. And so I think that your belief in the solution is super, super important. And so obviously you want to be promoting the tools that you actually use. I think that goes a really long way. And then, so I would say that about affiliate marketing. And obviously, if you guys want to make some money at promoting tier 5 products, that's obviously an opportunity as well. The second thing that I thought is really great about what we live in today, or the world that we live in today, is something called referral marketing. And this is not anything new, but it's actually something that, because of how interconnected social media is and how how much time people spend in places like Facebook groups and on Facebook Lives and even on these lives, referral marketing is probably one of the most underutilized methods of building an online business. And one of the things that happened is, as we started to build our agency, right? As we started to get more chatbot clients, we had a ton of people who came to us and said, hey, I have these people who want chatbots, but I don't know how to build chatbots. I don't know how to do any of that marketing stuff that you do, but I want to bring them to you. Can I bring them to you? And it was like, of course, if you can bring them to us, that'd be great. But they obviously expected that if they brought them to us, that they would get some sort of kickback. And I think that that's kind of how affiliate marketing works. And the difference between affiliate marketing and referral marketing is, I think that affiliate marketing can be built with, a lot of times people will have one or two or a couple of products that they really promote. Whether it's ClickFunnels or tier 5 or whatever, they have one thing and they build that kind of audience around that. Whereas referral marketing, what I think is really different about this is having a group of people that you can reach out to, right? Whereas if you need a software built, you can go to John. If you need Facebook ads, you can go to this person. If you need a chatbot built, you can go to this person. And so having and building your network of providers and network of fulfillment people, and creating individual deals, individual arrangements so that if you have someone who needs Facebook, so if you have someone who needs Facebook ads, you have a Facebook ads to go to. Or if you had someone who needs website design, you have a website person to go to. And so building your team of referees, I think, is another way of doing it. And the way that I saw it, I was like, hey, if you do all the work and you sell, you get them excited about purchasing our services and you do all the work and all the selling and we just have to build it, I was happy to give them a percentage of that because frankly the sales process was the more intensive part of it. And so I think that building a referral is also a really, really huge opportunity for people as well. John, anything on or do we need to call it? We need to get out of here.
If there's no questions, yeah. So I like to keep going if we have a lot of engagement and a lot of questions and stuff. But if there's no questions, I think we're good. Yeah, man.
Cool, guys. If you guys have questions, like I said, this is why you paid for it, is to get time here. And I'm selfishly getting a ton of stuff asking these questions. So I would encourage you to do that. Let's see, anything else that we missed? No, I think we got everything. So. Just a wrap up of today, guys, was all about creating your offer, right? Really go out and make sure that you're thinking about what are the problems that your niche and your audience is experiencing, and what are the variety of solutions that you can provide as well. Bob says, where do you get traffic for affiliates? So, John, I'm curious what your thoughts is for that.
So that's kind of an easy one. One, you've already got a network, right? On Facebook, on LinkedIn, on your social media. You've got a network there already, all right? But where do you get traffic? Where can you get traffic from? Well, that's a very relative question. But the easy answer is the fucking internet. That's where you get traffic, from the fucking internet. So before you think about traffic, you need to think, first off, I think the problem that people who don't know where to get traffic I think the problem that they have is you're thinking about traffic, all right? I think that's your first problem, is you're sitting there thinking about traffic and you're not actually putting two and two together. You don't want traffic. Nobody wants fucking traffic. You want people, live people, real life people, like you, like me, like Hector, like all these fucking people on Facebook and on this Zoom call. Real life people. Not only do you want real life people, not traffic, all right? You want to stop thinking about traffic because it's a very fucking generic thing. Where can you get traffic from? There's a whole fucking bunch of people over here that live in no houses in cardboard box. Let's say they go fucking look at your affiliate offer. That's a bunch of fucking traffic. How does that help you? Does it help you at all? No, it doesn't help you whatsoever. So do not think about traffic. Think about buyers. Where do you get buyers? Don't just think about people. Where do you get people? Because you also don't want fucking people coming to your offers. You want buyers, okay? So where do you get buyers? Well, the first thing that you need to know is, who are your buyers? Who are these people that could buy your affiliate thing? Who needs that thing, right? If you're selling ClickFunnels, okay, you could get traffic from a bunch of fucking homeless people, all right? Is that going to help you? No. Those homeless people would help you if you have a course on how to not be fucking homeless, how to get more money whenever you're homeless and you're begging on the side of the road, right? How to get more people to buy you McDonald's if you're homeless. If you've got fucking courses like that, then that homeless traffic will actually help you, right? So don't think about traffic, because you don't want traffic. You want people to buy your shit. So in order to figure out where you get those people from, you need to know what you're selling, right? So, and why do you need to know what you're selling? Just so you can know who is going to buy that, who needs that thing. Once you figure out, okay, who needs that thing, then now try to get in that person's psychology. Try to think about that person. Try to understand that person that could use your thing, and make little roles, right? Make little avatars. This type of person could use this thing. This type of person could use this thing. This type of person could use this thing. What are the traits of those people? What things do they like? What things do they enjoy? What are they looking for, right? What other things are they looking for? Now, once you start to figure all this out, you can figure out exactly where those people are at. You know, are they on Google, doing Google searches? If so, great. What are they searching? Great. Run some ads to those keywords. Damn, you got some traffic. Are they on Instagram? Because, I mean, maybe you got a thing for fucking old ladies that fucking love cats, and your product really, you find the old ladies that are fucking loving cats. They might be on Instagram looking at cat pictures. There's your traffic right there. So go to Instagram on cat pictures, start a channel about, or whatever an Instagram account is called, and start posting cat pictures with links to your offers. You just got some traffic. So your traffic's all over the internet, but you don't want traffic, you want people. So you need to actually get into the psychology of who are the people who are actually going to buy your thing, that can benefit from your thing, and try to break down who those people are, what they're interested in, what they like, what they do in their free time. You know, are they athletes? If they're athletes, they're probably on some sports websites. You can buy ads on those sports websites, because the person that is going to buy your thing, like here's a great example. Let's say you're selling a Bible course, right? And you're going to teach people everything they need to know about the Bible, and you're going to teach people how to get more people into your church. Well, if you go buy fucking traffic, if you go buy ads on Pornhub, might get some traffic, right? But it's probably not going to be any traffic that's going to be good for you or do anything good to you, right? So you don't want traffic. You want buyers. You need to figure out what you're selling, who the people are, who the people are that are going to possibly buy that, who are the most likely to buy that. You need to break them down into little like avatars, little like categories, and then start to think of, okay, for this category, what do they like? What are they into? What other problems do they have? Where are they at? And because once you figure all that out, you can figure out where they're at on the internet. They are on the internet. Everybody's on the internet. So you figure out where they're at on the internet, and then you go there, and then you either, get your message to them because it's a free medium, or you purchase ads from that person, and then they go to your thing. Or you just do what I do. You just flood your Facebook page all day, every day, and then all the people that are interested in your stuff will interact with it. All the people that won't, they'll probably unfriend you because they get sick and tired of seeing the same shit all day, every day. And then you just add more people up. And just keep adding more people, keep adding more people. The ones that are interested in your stuff, they're going to stay and eventually buy. The ones that aren't, they're probably going to unfriend you, and you got more room for people.
You heard it, Bob. Get to work. All right, John, this was great. We're going to do this again next week. And if you guys have questions, throw those into the group, or bring them to next week's training so we can get into them.
See you guys.
All right, Joe. Later, man.
See ya. Bye, Facebook.